So can you explain how AI and generative AI is currently being used in the insurance industry?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So, I mean, you've already mentioned it, data analytics, AI, Gen AI. It's a huge topic in the insurance industry, and there are probably, dozens or hundreds of potential use cases how you could use AI and also Gen AI, which I see as a subset of AI, right? If you think about it, like the insurance industry is sort of, all about data, right? Insurance companies, the whole insurance industry have been dealing with data for, in some cases, hundreds of years. So like gathering data about the real world, analyzing it, building statistical models, and so on. So it's quite obvious that there must be quite a lot of use cases for AI in this area that is so, let's say, innovation and information driven. So yeah, let me maybe just mention a few use cases. Maybe we can go into a bit more detail later on to some of them. So for both, let's call it like maybe traditional AI as well as Gen AI. So I think the first example that would come to my mind how you could use AI and Gen AI in insurance would probably be around claims, right? So claims is often called the moment of truth in insurance. You have customers paying for their premium for many years, and they rely and they also trust the insurance company, to be there in case something goes wrong. So when a claim really happens, it's of course a very important moment for the customer journey in insurance. So in claims management, I think that AI can definitely, streamline this whole process, the whole procedure. So, for example, when a customer, right, files a claim, AI can help to automatically, assess the damage by analyzing, all sorts of data about this claim, like the text, the description from the customer. Maybe in some cases when the claim is filed via, phone, there could be some audio that can be analyzed. Of course, photos or videos even is often there. And then maybe also connected to all the other available information about the customer, about the contract history and so on. So AI can analyze that, and it can then also estimate, what is the cost for this claim? Like what is our, for example, repair cost in the case of a motor insurance product? And, if the claim amount is not too big, it's not too large, it could even approve claims, without any human intervention. So of course, the benefit of that is quite obvious, right? It speeds up the process, which could traditionally take days, maybe weeks, sometimes even longer, to just a few minutes or seconds even. And yeah, this is I would say, win-win situation, right? Both for the insurance company, they save money, they save basically, the time that a claims handler needs to work on this claim, and then obviously also for the customer who can get money in his pocket faster. So this is just one example where, let's say, traditional AI can be used. If I think about Gen AI, of course, a really exciting area at the moment. There's a lot of buzz, there's a lot of hype also at the moment, but if you look below the surface, there is really some really interesting stuff going on there. So we probably all know by now, right? Gen AI, I see it as a subset of AI, as I said, and create, new content, can create text, images, video, audio, can also create simulations, right? Which could be interesting, also based on the data that's learned from. So for Gen AI, one exciting application I see would be in customer service, obviously, right? I think it's a really important one because I'm not sure about your experience or the experiences of your listeners, but the customer service in insurance is definitely, let's say, it has some room for improvement, right? So with Gen AI, we can offer customers, for example, really powerful chatbots, right? It's the first example that will come to mind. Some chatbots that can provide, support 24/7 around the clock to customers, handle inquiries about policy details, provide updates on claim status, or maybe also guide the customer through the claims process and so on. So I think this, of course, would be great, again, for both sides, for the customer, who, again, saves a lot of time waiting in maybe a hotline of an insurance company, but also for insurance company, again, who can reduce the workload for human employees. And then maybe just one example really quick. So I think AI and Gen AI can also, and is also being used heavily in fraud detection, right? So insurance fraud is a huge problem. In 2023 in Germany alone, I think the damage from insurance fraud was somewhere around 6 billion euros. And obviously, this is not only a problem and it's not only harm for the insurance company, but in fact, it's a problem for all of the policyholders, for the whole insurance collective, right? So because obviously if you have insurance fraud, the premium gets more expensive for everybody. So again, here we can use AI and also Gen AI analyze patterns and discrepancies in both the structured data about the claim, but also the unstructured data, as I mentioned. And then we could use AI to basically flag potential fraudulent claims. And you could then have like an expert to investigate those cases more deeply. So maybe just from a very high level perspective, a few examples how I think you can use AI and Gen AI in insurance.
Yeah, no, it's good you discuss the fraud. I've seen a fair few posts, or especially on LinkedIn, around motor insurance skyrocketing. So, no, it's good that obviously it can obviously minimise this, which is obviously great for, I guess, both insurance carriers and also obviously people.
Exactly.
As well.